Hey everyone, what is up? It's me, Ewan from What Culture, and I hope you've all had a great weekend. If you've even vaguely been online over the short break, and let's face it, you're probably too online, then you probably saw the wave of MCU announcements made at D23, Disney's annual convention all about the House Mouse's monolithic assortment of media properties. Those lucky enough to be in attendance have seen huge new revelations, new shows, new movies, new characters, surprising returns, and we now have a clear picture than ever of what we can expect from the next couple of years. So we, or rather What Culture's Cy Gallagher, have dove into all the major announcements and wrapped them up in a neat little package in the form of a trademark list video. So once again, I'm Ewan, this is What Culture, and here are 14 huge MCU announcements from Disney's D23 Expo. Number 14. Black Panther 2 has a release date. We all knew it was coming, but now Black Panther 2 has a release date thanks to D23. As part of the Disney Movies panel, Ryan Coogler joined Kevin Feige on stage to reveal that the inevitable sequel will be hitting cinemas on May 6, 2022. After Comic-Con, it seemed that Phase 4 was fully mapped out, but the addition of 3 new Disney Plus shows might mean that the length of Phase 4 has been extended to include them, which could bring Black Panther's May 2022 release within the window. After Comic-Con, it seemed that Phase 4 was fully mapped out, but the addition of 3 new Disney Plus shows might mean that the length of Phase 4 has been extended to include them, which could bring Black Panther's May 2022 release within that window. For now, there's little to update in terms of the film specifics. They refuse to reveal the title, which suggests it won't simply be called Black Panther 2, and ruled out revealing the villain as well. Look, let's all just get overexcited and claim its stupid sexy Namor after the Endgame tease. Number 13, She-Hulk. If anyone wants a window into how I look when this one got announced, then just picture that gif of Fry frothing at the mouth overlaid over and over until I then fell into a coma. After already unveiling lots of shows at Comic-Con, Disney also added She-Hulk and 2 others to Phase 4, with confirmation of the release placement coming in a visual at D23. She-Hulk is of course the alter ego of one Jennifer Walters, Bruce Banner's cousin, who is also a lawyer and transforms into She-Hulk after getting a blood transfusion from Banner, which seems like the kind of thing you'd avoid if you know your blood was all green and gamma-y. Also, particularly now that he's Professor Hulk. So, given that origin, presumably that means Mark Ruffalo will be making some sort of appearance too. Number 12, new Black Widow footage reveals the white costume. Black Widow's release is coming up pretty swiftly, so it's no surprise that there was some footage on show at D23. It was mostly the same footage shown at Comic-Con, but there was some new stuff in there too. The teaser footage included a brand new white costume for Natasha, which she wore in the Deadly Origin comic and was shown as a part of a scene in which she fights Taskmaster. The villain was also shown at one point in a tank firing arrows, but was shown in full costume with a mask, hiding the fact that she's definitely Rachel Weisz. Probably. There was also a new scene between ScarJo and Florence Pugh, who plays Yelena Belova, which was a choreographed fight scene with shades of Atomic Blonde that ended in the reveal that Pugh is actually Black Widow's quote-unquote sister, and this was how she welcomes her home. The footage also revealed David Harbour's Red Guardian, the Russian Captain America in his full costume, which is also comics accurate as he joins the sisters, saying, quote, "family back together again." It appears they've broken him out of somewhere, so could Nat, Yelena, and Red Guardian join forces to take on Taskmaster and what remains of the Red Room? That would be a big swerve. We also got a poster as well as an image of the costume, and I have to say I'm getting more excited for this one as the weeks go by. Number 11, Kit Harington is playing Black Knight in the Eternals. This one wasn't initially part of the official D23 panels, but in an exciting bit of side information, it turned out that Kit Harington, of course most famous as Game of Thrones' Jon Snow, was in talks to join the MCU. He is set to appear as Dane Whitman, otherwise known as the Black Knight in the Eternals. He's another character who was long linked with a role in the MCU, and the rumours have finally become concrete, and he looks to be one of the main characters alongside Cersei. Number 10, more Eternals cast additions and character looks revealed. With Kit Harington's addition to the Eternals cast, we have more reason to be excited for the biggest unknown quantity on the MCU slate, and Marvel also revealed a couple more additions to the cast as well. Gemma Chan, who has already appeared in Captain Marvel, will appear as Cersei, and Barry Keoghan will appear as Druig. The panel showed off the whole cast, well, almost the whole cast, with concept art revealing early looks at what we can expect them to look like in costume. It's not quite as full-on Kirby as I wanted, but hey, they still look pretty cool all the same. Number 9, when the UK should get Disney Plus. According to a tweet by Star Wars UK, The Mandalorian will not be released on these shores until early 2020. While that won't exactly upset anyone on the territories who gets it in November with the launch of Disney Plus, damn all of you to hell, it's not a good look. Disney probably have some reasons for the change, probably, but it still stings. Number 8, Darcy returns in WANDAVISION. We already knew there were some big returning characters coming to Disney+, including Zemo in The Falcon and Winter Soldier and Monica Rambeau in WANDAVISION, though she's all grown up now, and we can add a few more to that list. D23 saw the confirmation that Kat Dennings' Darcy will be making another appearance after disappearing in Thor: The Dark World. She's set to appear in WANDAVISION, and she'll also be joined by Randall Park's Jimmy Woo, who last featured in Ant-Man and the Wasp, as well as a new nosy neighbor character played by Katherine Hahn. Intriguingly, the con also confirmed that WANDAVISION will be part sitcom, hence the presentation slicing in Dick Van Dyke Show footage, weirdly, and part traditional MCU stuff too. The poster itself gives off strong Tom King vibes, and you can even spot Scarlet Witch's traditional headwear as a shadow in the background. Hype. Number 7, Moon Knight. As already mentioned, the second show announced as a part of Disney Plus's new look Phase 4, which is packed to the point of bursting now, is Moon Knight. The show, which has no casting news as of yet, will focus on mercenary Mark Spector, who, in the comics, is left for dead in the Egyptian desert by African mercenary Raoul Bushman, and is saved when locals take him to the temple of moon god Khonshu. There, he becomes the god's avatar on Earth after being given a second chance at life in return, and presumably spends the next of his years tracking down that nerd Dracula for all the money he presumably owes him. Early reports suggest that the series will explore whether his empowerment by Khonshu actually happened, or whether he is insane, as we've seen with the bulk of the character's material in recent years. Either way, I'm excited, as the character has so often proven to be one of Marvel's best in recent years. Number 6, Anthony Mackie won't be Captain America, or so he claims. At the end of Avengers Endgame, it very much looked like Sam Wilson was being anointed the new Captain America by Steve Rogers. He handed over the shield at the point of his own retirement, and the sequence was very much framed as some sort of passing of the torch, as has happened in the comics too. However, the title of the Disney Plus show, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, suggested something was slightly off, because it was never called Captain America and Bucky, as well as seemingly signaling the fact that Bucky is not quite over his former Hydra-created alter ego. It seemed to suggest that Sam was not yet quite Cap either. And now, to add to that speculation, Anthony Mackie has said at D23 that he is still, in fact, and always will be, the Falcon. Look, he's probably not being entirely truthful here. The Captain America symbol is part of the new logo for the show, and that is not accidental, and it's not like it's the only time people in Marvel movies have lied. Either way, get a load of that poster. Bucky's finally cut his hair, and well, don't they look great together? Number 5, US Agent will debut too. As some earlier rumors for the show seem to have correctly called, another new character is being added to the cast of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and he'll continue the theme of super soldiers seen so far. That new character is John Walker, who will be played by Wyatt Russell in the series, who hasn't appeared before in the MCU and who will be familiar to fans of the comics as US Agent. Initially debuting as the supervillain Super Patriot in 1986, US Agent was designed as the counterpoint to Cap, a patriotic villain, which is an interesting thing to explore given the current political climate. The fact that there are at least 2 brand new super soldiers debuting in Phase 4, including Red Guardian of course, and the return of Zemo, would suggest that the super soldier program that he shut down in Civil War by killing the subjects might not have been the only thing that was being worked on over the years. Interestingly, in the comics, US Agent Walker ended up taking on Captain America's mantle when Cap retired from the position in the late 80s. Perhaps Walker will be presented as a government-approved alternative to Sam Wilson, and that's why he's not Captain America yet. Number 4, Loki has a director, and what to expect. There was some news on all of the MCU Disney Plus shows, apart from Hawkeye for some reason, but that sort of fits the Hawkeye gimmick, doesn't it? Always overlooked, always exceeding expectations, our true love and the best hero. Anyway, that also means there was an update on Loki, which is coming in 2020. Marvel revealed at D23 that all 6 episodes of Loki will be directed by Kate Herron, who directed 4 episodes of the excellent Sex Education for Netflix. Though Tom Hiddleston wasn't in attendance for the D23 panel, he did send a video message in which he said, quote, "This journey that you and I have been on isn't over yet. In fact, it's only just begun." Number 3, Ms. Marvel. Ms. Marvel will follow Kamala Khan and will be based on the comic that was headed up by G. Willow Wilson, which featured Marvel's first headlining Muslim hero. Naturally, this is all sorts of amazing, and between the character appearing in the new Avengers game and now this, it's all very exciting. The hero's powers, which make her one of the most powerful in the MCU really, involve shape-shifting, stretching, and embiggening, a la old Jebediah Springfield's old motto. Feige also used the announcement to confirm that she would be appearing in future movies as well as her own show, which presumably goes for She-Hulk and Moon Knight too, provided they have the expected audience. Number 2, Marvel Zombies and Captain Britain in What If? What If rounds out the Disney Plus TV show revelations with some interesting details revealed by the first footage, which also included the dulcet tones of Jeffrey Wright as the narrator Uatu the Watcher. Footage shown at D23 confirmed a fight between Bucky and a zombie Captain America, seemingly confirming a Marvel Zombies angle, a ripped Peggy Carter receiving the Super Soldier Serum and wielding a Union Jack emblazoned shield as the new Captain Britain, yes, and the still skinny Steve Rogers in a huge Mark I armor that looked sort of like Ironmonger's stolen suit from the first Iron Man film. Number 1. Spider-Man Far From Home's writers are returning for the third film. And finally, some good news on the old Spider-Man front. I mean, it was about time. It's not actually a D23 announcement per se, but it did come from the weekend and it's a big Marvel concern. According to Deadline, Chris McKenna and Eric Summers, the writers behind Spider-Man Far From Home, are returning for the third film. They've previously worked on Spider-Man Homecoming, Far From Home, and Ant-Man and the Wasp, and while the future of John Watts' involvement in the threequel is so far less certain, and even Tom Holland has some questions over it too, it looks like we have reason to be excited about the continuation of the story as a good start, even if it won't be in the MCU as things stand. And that was our list. Which upcoming MCU project are you most excited for? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to check us out on Twitter at WhatCulture, Simon Gallagher over at Cy Gallagher, and me at Ewan Ruins Things. For now though, have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!